Welcome back to my channel. Last time I explained about the construction of solar system and Milky Way galaxy using multiples of 10 in the sense the decimal system. So, and also I told that we are right now somewhere here at 96 or 94 rather 94 because plutonium is naturally available in our system now. But later I realized that we have even reached the 126 because 126, as we all know, is the, what do you call, 126 is the, here this is 126, so that belongs to the 9 cube or 9th level. So we are already there in the 9th level and we are progressing towards 252. So naturally we are far beyond this, this 94, and we are already here, somewhere here, meaning we are on the fringes of the what do you call heaven, so-called heaven. That is the 7th dimension. So and apart from that, let us go back to the original diagram here. So this is the 126. So this is not the first time that humans have reached this level. They have in fact reached higher levels. This is basically this whole thing from small a, vowel small a, to u, vowel u. This cycle of evolution happens all the time, not just now. We have been through this process many a time, and in the previous ages, they have crossed even this 126 here, and they have proceeded towards this. And when they reached the stage of 133, 134, 135, 136, that is, you can say here, this is 133, 134, 135, 136. So this 36 is, as we know, is the beast figure, and they have already reached this, and that was during the time of Atlantis. But those who don't know what the city of Atlantis is, in fact, the Poseidon, Poseidon is one of the Greek trio, trinity of gods. Zeus is king of gods, Poseidon is his elder brother, and he has another brother called Hades. So when the Olympians defeated the Titans, they divided the realms among themselves. Zeus presided over the air in the sense sky. He built on the Mount Olympus, he built his residence and he lived there. He ruled from there. And Poseidon was made the head of the ocean, so he was the god of ocean. And then Hades was made the god of hell, basically the underworld. So the Poseidon had 10 sons. I mean, these gods have many offsprings, but At this particular time, he had 10 sons, and the eldest son was called Atlas, and after whom the city of Atlantis was built. Atlantis had concentric waterways. In the middle, what do you call, the capital city of the Atlanteans was located, and of course Atlas was the king. But later, but unfortunately, the Atlantis, though it reached greater heights than the technology we have now, what we call technology today, it was far greater, in fact. But unfortunately, some of them turned into kind of power-hungry monsters. It is said that there was a race which had red hair, the red-haired people. Even now, we call some people redheads. So such redheads who had red hair, that race spread, and that race basically created the jingoistic or the warlike temperament, and they started killing each other, and soon Atlantis, more than the technology, Atlantis came to be known as a center of crime, and basically there was no semblance of order in the city. So it is said the god has basically submerged Atlantis, and even now it is said that the America is the new Atlantis. The people who lived in the age of Atlantis, they were very fond of Atlantis, and they wanted to build it again. So the America is supposed to be the new Atlantis, and apart from Atlantis, there was another civilization, the civilization of Lemuria. So, as I told you, this 133, 134, 135, making 136 Fu, shortly you can call it the Fu system. Fu was built by Poseidon's son Atlas and his 10 sons, and at the same time, simultaneously there was another civilization which was located between the Central America, that is the what is called the Caribbean islands now, between Caribbean islands, and it spread all the way to Indonesia and this Australia, New Zealand area. So it was basically in the south from, it covered from Pacific Ocean, Africa, tip of Africa, Madagascar, and extended till the Australia and New Zealand subcontinent, Australian subcontinent, basically. So the people from there, it got the name Lemuria is, there was an animal called lemur. That lemur was to be found in the coasts of Madagascar, and then it was the same animal was found in the Australian subcontinent, where the Australian Aboriginals lived later. So one English guy, some Charles, I think his name is, he basically invented this. He found the relation between this animal and that animal, and he came up with uh, what do you call his, what do you call it? He came up with a story that there was an island big island, a chunk of land between Africa and the Australian subcontinent. It could have even extended to the Pacific in the west. So, yeah, that is why it was called by the name of the animal lemur. It was called Lemuria. So, and it is popularly known as the Mu civilization, Mu, M-U. So this MU here, I think this is the Lemurian civilization, 143, 144, 145, 146, making 146. So this was the Lemurian civilization, and the Lemurians were very advanced race who had the knowledge of even the telekinesis or telepathy. They had that skill. Basically, they could what do you call understand what others were thinking. So that is the telepathy. See, they could communicate telepathically. And it is said they even could communicate with animals. So they were such a great race, and they were peace lovers. They never went for war, and they were living peacefully. But unfortunately, one fine night, overnight, 60 million Lemurians were drowned. The city of Lemuria, the the civilization of Lemuria, was drowned, and I think this the civilization of Atlantis and the civilization of Lemuria were at loggerheads, and they were rivals in though Lemuria the Atlanteans were very warlike, Lemurians were very peaceful. They did not go along, and I think the rival factions of gods, you can say, caused the submersion of Atlantis and Lemuria. So there's a story I wanted to remind you. Lemuria is also called, in Tamil, it is called Kumari Khandan. So that is the island of Kumari. So, Tamilians do believe that there was a big chunk of land between Africa and India, Sri Lanka, and it extended to Australia. And there was a great civilization which surpassed all other civilizations, and very peaceful civilization. They never went for war. They never fought with others. But their technology surpassed all the previous civilizations. So that was the Lemurian civilization, and I think for sure this Mu is 143, and 144 is their Christ figure, kind of, and 145 is the Yah figure, the Yah, and the 146 is the father figure. So 114.6, the energy provider 14, and sixth 6 also, they are supported by 6, the energy provider, secondary energy provider is 6. So 14.6 were the energy providers for the Lemurian civilization, and it flourished, but one overnight it was submerged. So I think this it belonged to this phase, this stage of this age. O, vowel O, who are you? And this also belong to you, but very preliminary, primary age of you. So they fought each other, and unfortunately, both have been submerged. Uh, though there are various theories uh, supporting the existence of Atlantis and Lemuria, none of them were substantiated by any solid proof. So, but theoretically, definitely, had there been those civilizations, these two would have been those. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you today, explain today. Let us meet some other time with some other video. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.